Combined net worth of minus $1.5 million. It's Japan's newest pop group. Once in a while, you hear a concept so ridiculous, you have to slam your fingers in the door just to check you're actually awake. And such a situation recently arose when I heard of a new idol group formed of girls chosen for their debt problems. Singing and dancing their way out of 127 million yen of debt, the girls will be working under the producer's bold premise that even people with big debts have big dreams. Which is strange for me because I just assumed people with big debts couldn't afford to have dreams. The qualifications for joining the group involved being female, being aged between 18 and 35, and being in considerable debt. The bar has never been higher. And naturally, fans will be able to keep a track of each member's cumulative debts, racked up through a variety of ways, including bankrupt parents, student loans, and of course, too many trips to amusement parks and spas.
Oh my god, that poor girl!
And whilst the group leader has only managed to rack up a pitiful $64,000 of debt through student loans, the group's most indebted member, Mami Nishida, will be looking to pay off $915,000 of debt after her parents' business went bankrupt. Although if her parents' business hadn't gone bankrupt, then she wouldn't be in the group. So every cloud has a silver lining. It doesn't. And in an already saturated idol group market, key to the group's success will be to think of a name that stands out and sends a powerful message. And fortunately, the girls have that covered. They're about to unveil the new group name, and no doubt it'll be something unique and relevant to the overall concept.
The Margarines.
Or they'll call themselves the Margarines, because what they're doing, in essence, is like imitation butter. The idea behind the Margarines, it's spreadable. And the Margarines. One thing that makes the Margarines a bit different from other idol groups is the rules. In other idol groups, members have to abide by strict no dating clauses in order to maintain an innocent image for the fans. And the world witnessed the consequences of breaking such rules last year when Minami Minagishi, a member of Japan's biggest girl group, literally and metaphorically Japan's biggest girl group, AKB48, was seen leaving a building with a guy and went on to apologise by shaving off her hair and producing a high-definition apology filled with a river of tears and despair. But luckily for the Margarines, the only rule they have is to sell 10,000 records. Outside of that, they're free to do whatever they want. And whilst that's undeniably good from a human rights perspective, some critics viewed it negatively, believing it will ruin the traditional role model imagery that accompanies an idol group, especially considering the emphasis is on exploiting their sexuality for the sole purpose of clearing debt. However, once again, to quote the producers, they believe the girls have nothing to lose and their shot at redemption will enable them to work harder than other idols. Which is absolutely true, they have nothing to lose, except their dignity and even more money. To me though, the concept still seems a bit wrong. I like to think people start bands for a passion for music. So the best thing about this band is the simplicity. I'll just use my mouth, my voice percussion, and you can do the singing. You can be the lead singer.
Yeah, very good.
And the best thing is, we don't even need any lyrics. I'll just turn up and start doing voice percussion. We'll pick a topic and you can just rap.
Very good. Let's rap.
Like cats.
Cats is a eating. Cats is a food. Cats is a sitting.
Pencils.
Yeah. I was a
To me though, the biggest question still remains whether or not they'll be able to pay off their debts. Although it is worth remembering that Japan has the second biggest music market in the world after the US, a market where 85% of sales still come from CDs. And current popular idol groups such as AKB48 often encourage fans to go out and buy more than one copy, inflating sales.
Wow, I have money.
But if the Margarines can convince their new fans, if such fans exist, to go out and buy their new album in December, titled
Goodbye 借金天国でございます
Goodbye Debt Heaven, then maybe the title of the album might become a reality. Goodbye Debt Heaven, an album that certainly doesn't beat around the bush with regards to its motives. Then again, I love things that are blunt and to the point. That's probably why my favourite group is Chubbiness, an actual group called Chubbiness, filled with girls who are specially selected for being overweight. And the members of Chubbiness are so fat, it's incomprehensible. That is, if the definition of fat was not to be fat at all. But chubbiness is a bedtime story for another time. Just be sure to go out and buy more than one copy of Goodbye Debt Heaven when it comes out this December, because those student debts and those spas, they don't pay for themselves. But what do you think about the margarines? Is this a group to get excited about? And what should they have been called? And what's your favourite song about a bridge? Please leave your comments and questions below and let us know the answers to all these questions and more. For regular updates, photos and videos, follow Abroad in Japan on Twitter and Facebook. And why not follow the brand new Vine channel with clips like this?
Oh dear.
For articles on how to make an idiot of yourself in a Tokyo nightclub or on tips on teaching in Japan, go to abroadinjapan.com. And finally, why not look good and support the Abroad in Japan channel whilst doing it with the all-new store, selling shirts with popular quotes on, such as this, that all the family can enjoy. It actually fits quite well. I'm always quite sceptical with these t-shirt shops, but yeah, it fits alright. I wouldn't sell it unless I thought it was good, I swear. Thanks again for watching and see you next week. Product placement, product placement. And don't even think it. Yeah, it might sound like Woody the Woodpecker, but it's not a rip-off. And they might have similar gestures, but they might be American woodpeckers as well. But it's not a rip-off, okay? It might be a little bit of a rip-off.